Hey guys, this is weird. I don't like change, first of all. I'm sitting in the wrong seat. I got the wrong brother sitting next to me. I don't like it. Habib is actually sick today, so Greg is taking his place so willingly this morning. So willingly. He was just like, I can't wait to do Twitch
Joy.
with you, Tracy.
Joy.
Seriously, if you guys know kind of our relationship, like it's usually just him and I screaming at each other half of the time. So this morning we were doing a little bit of that. Just a little.
Just
a little.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to shout out to James. James Orsini is on here.
James Orsini.
Hey, James. How's it going? He gets on the one that Habib isn't here.
Yeah.
Are you going to be quiet today? Are you being shy?
Me?
Yeah.
Shy?
Sometimes you're shy?
I mean, nah. There's no shy in solo. Period.
No shy. Okay.
No.
Okay. We're going to move on. We're going
No
to check
shy.
this out because I'm going to try to be my best Habib. Sideways. Yo. Look at him. He's touching things, messing with things. Is that good?
Is that right there? Is that good? All right.
It's going to be one of those mornings, Ramon. Let's see. I know I saw Created by Cooper talking already. Were you guys arguing about who was first? I saw that. Ramon and I were first, by the way. We were here first. Good morning, Serena. The Pink, Created by Cooper. Who else we got? I am horrible at names. Do not judge me. I can't. I know that my primary language is English, but I'm horrible at it. So don't be judging. Let's see. Is it Leslie? 911? First of all, I like the name, 911. They dragged Greg, I'm sure. Yes. Kicking and screaming the whole way. He's all, I have something to do at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I can't do Twitch for 30 minutes. Like, bro, come on.
Look, here's the thing. I do class on Mondays.
I do.
And I go live on Instagram on Tuesdays to start off the week. So when I came in this morning and everyone was like, you're tweaking. I'm like, I'm tweaking on Twitch?
I had something planned next week at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't do Twitch this morning.
Look, there's a ton of people who look forward to the lives on Instagram, and I didn't want to let them down, but thanks.
Oh, you can still do that. You're coming back this afternoon. See,
Well-
that's the brilliant thing of working all day. Like, you can go do your jiu-jitsu, right? And then you can come back and you can do live. It's amazing how much you can accomplish in an 8-hour day.
You know, you're absolutely right.
Whatever. No, I am not. No, we are not going to sing. He can sing. I'm not singing. No.
Ramon,
I'm
you singing today?
Oh, Ramon can sing, though. He sings good. And yet we don't have a camera or a mic. So, yeah, Kelly nailed it. Habib had his second shot yesterday. He's kind of feeling under the weather today. I think he just didn't want to be around Greg, was a personal opinion of mine. But everybody wants to talk about the sale.
Everybody?
Everybody.
I mean, it's going to be EPIC.
EPIC. Epic.
You know what I'm saying?
That was quick on that one. That was quick. And Ramon, how do you feel about the fact that Greg and I both have McDonald's coffees?
I don't like it.
It's the one thing that Greg does for me every morning that he comes in. He brings me McDonald's coffee, and I appreciate that.
No,
For that, I appreciate
she
it.
lies.
No, I don't appreciate it at all. You've been playing with the confettis and the
Boho?
boho foils.
Oh, it's sick.
Yeah?
It's like, especially these, I would have to say these are going to be unbelievable just because of all the different applications you're going to be able to do with it. You could use it in clear, you could use it in fades, you could use it in gel polish. I mean,
Yeah, so hook us up. Show us.
The designs are infinite. Oh, you'll be seeing a lot of it soon.
Actually, you and Melissa just did a challenge. When is that coming out? I think it's coming out this week.
I think it is this week.
Who do you think when? Today?
This week.
This week.
I don't know.
Ramon knows everything.
I'm Yeah, you know, I've lost, I think, every competition I've
Well, that's
competed
against
in.
me, you know.
No, I mean, literally,
It makes sense.
I think every competition I've been in, I've lost. But you know what? That's okay because I don't give up.
I saw both of your nails. They're both very, very pretty. And you guys had to use, the challenge was you had to use all the new stuff,
You
right?
had to use this, you had to use this, and then you had to use the jelly
Which are next to you?
acrylics, which are right here.
Because I hooked you up. See that? Look how organized, first of all. I have to be honest, guys.
Same my station.
Exactly. Have you ever seen like us going back and forth on the stations? His is a disaster.
Well, if you've ever been
And
to
then-
a trade show and actually seen my station while I'm working live,
Oh, mentors complain. I'm like, hey, Greg needs a break. Can you go take a station? They're like,
it was like,
no. And then I hear you because he does live every morning, and there's two stations. There's one that we do the primary filming at, and then there's one that we just call Greg's station. And I can hear him going back and forth to my station, which is the primary one, stealing everything because your station is such a disaster you can't find anything. Truth. It's the truth.
no, there's stuff that's stolen. Let's get this straight. There's stuff that's stolen from my station, and I have to go to that station to get my stuff back. That's the real truth.
Should we go up there and check it out?
I mean, trust me.
The most untrusting face right there.
Just trust
Anyway, I completely organized this. If you notice, there's baskets. You guys can't see it, but there's baskets. I couldn't handle it anymore in here. And I was so excited for Habib to see it. I don't know why. I'm just weird that way. People need to see it when I clean. And I was bummed because you were coming in first before him, and I know you're going to destroy it. So I had to video it, and I sent it to Habib so you could see it.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, an artist needs, right, his space.
I have no words for that one.
Look, for those of you guys who've had the opportunity to come to a trade show and work with me hands-on, you get it.
Greg's a busy guy. We love Greg.
Hey,
Greg's the goat. Don't egg him on. Come on, guys.
Hey, you guys saw.
can side with me.
For those of you guys who participated in my shaping class yesterday, I'm pumped for you. Pumped because I got a couple direct messages from some of my students, and it's crazy. They were
They like, you suck. The class was awful. That's what I responded, by the way.
I mean, that's my daily, but that's okay. As long as you're learning, that is all that matters.
Learning what not to do.
Learning what to do.
Anyway, let's talk sale.
Okay.
Can you show us some stuff? I know that some of you guys have already seen it, but it's always nice to have the master do his thing in here and show us a few things. Do you need the trainer hand, or do you want the tips?
One of the things I want to show you guys is just consistency-wise, what you're going to be having to work with. This room, first of all, it's not air conditioned. It is really, really warm.
Are you complaining? Are you already making excuses?
Oh man, it's just so
It's
when
like
you're
it's too
dealing
warm.
with really warm temperatures, you're gonna have to use more liquid, and that's absolutely fine. But you're gonna notice.
Hold it. Let's see. Do we got the camera? Yeah. Yep. You're good.
Okay, so.
There's a little bit of a delay, so you're gonna.
Oh, okay.
But do you want the trainer? What are you gonna do?
I just wanted to show them consistency. If you have the trainer, that'd be great. Okay, yeah, so you guys can see that right there. So what I'm going to end up doing is showing you, like, if I get a lot of liquid, in order, and again, you can do full tip application. You can sculpt with these. The consistency is going to be wet, right? So I mean, the consistency, you want it to flow, and it dries fast, right? Because it's cut with a homopolymer. So you're gonna notice which when it's used with, I'm getting a little technical here, but when it's used with an ethyl methacrylate, which the monomer we use, it's gonna dry quite fast. But you're gonna notice I'm gonna get a lot of liquid. And then if I bounce, 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 I'm going to be able to get a really, really nice, even pearl. I don't need to drain. If I set this down, right, you can see that, right, I can get this to flow down towards the tip of the nail by just literally kind of touching the surface, which is really, really nice. The workability is going to be quite amazing because you're not going to get it to flow like off of the nail. It's really going to sit into place.
Right now you're working with
Strawberry.
I don't know if you know, yeah, strawberry. So I don't know if you know it, but everybody on Twitch actually named these colors for us, which is
Wow.
amazing. But is it more of a speed, a core?
Speed.
It's a speed powder.
Yeah, it's definitely a speed powder. You are going, since it is cut with a speed powder, don't, unless you're working on the tip, you don't want to drain. You're going to notice if I was working on the free edge.
Do you need some forms?
Yes, please.
Okay. I think I actually put them on your side right there. And then while he's doing that, I know you guys are all, why is there no air conditioning in the room? There is. We keep it off because of the noise. So we put it on before and then after, but just kind of distracting with the noise.
Yeah, it gets a little bit loud. So, like if I'm working on a form, then I'm kind of keeping it at the side profile so that you guys could actually see what I'm doing. But what I would do in this case is I would pick up the bead with the same amount of liquid, and then I would just kind of drain out the excess. And then once I actually set that down, you're going to notice that it doesn't run. So here, once I set it down onto the form and I use the body of the brush, I could literally push this right up to the side, and it's going to maintain, right? It's going to maintain its form, which is great.
That trick, what you just did, we were talking about it last week. I forget who was asked, but they were having problems with the free edge running.
Yeah.
And how you get it to set up like that is, that actually was a game changer when you showed me that. Because I had, especially with white, white just everywhere.
It's the key. You can't set, for all of you guys that are learning how to do acrylic, you can't set acrylic to a form after you pick it up because then it's going to run. You do want that on the natural nail. However, you can't just pick it up and set it down on the natural nail because then it's going to flood the side. So if you're doing that, you have to remember if I get a lot of liquid and I pick up a nice bead, what I want to be able to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then around the 5th second, I can set that down. And what this is going to do is it's going to run down towards the stress area where I want to be able to pulse from the corner and then the front of the bead, right? And you can see it'll naturally. This is one of the things I was talking about yesterday with my students in my class was because someone was asking how do you build out, the great upper arch. And if you understand the consistency as you start to brush through, you should be able to shape your upper arch naturally with the product running down towards the tip. I don't have anything here, but you can see how everything tapers, right? From the side profile, you can see how everything kind of tapers back down towards this natural shape, right? Tapers down towards the cuticle area, tapers down towards the sidewall, tapers down towards the sidewall, and my arch builds up by itself. And that isn't from me using my brush. That is from me allowing the product to run by itself. When I am pulling it through, I'm literally pulling it from the front so that I could seal my edges. And again, I put blueberry on the front. I put lemon on the back, and then if I needed to take another bead, at this point, like I could take some blueberry.
Are you doing like a...
Yeah, so like this is going to be a really cool, like...
It reminds me of a drink.
Yeah, it really, really does. Kind of thirsty now. Should we do some Jaeger bombs?
Let's do some Jaeger.
bombs.
Leave's not here. Let's do it, man. You're gonna have to blow off your class.
Oh,
Ramon,
man.
we need Jaeger immediately.
But like you'll notice how pretty, like if I take the bead and I set this right here in between, and I kind of set this it really is a pretty fade. But you can see how I kind of fill that in.
Would you typically cap, or are you just going to leave it by
No,
itself?
so that is a really, really good question. If I am going to cap, what I would do is just take a real slight amount, and I would just like,
Of clear? Or?
yeah, you could take a little bit of clear and just kind of dust it. But honestly, these dry out really well. So if I was going to take a little bit more and just kind of brush it over the surface, you can kind of create the whole entire surface using the glitter. The only reason I would cap is just to accelerate the curing process, and it really does make a difference when it sets, because this is mixed with a really fine glitter. But you can see how nice. It's kind of like a I was showing when you take all of them and you fade it up, like from cuticle to free edge, it creates this really nice sunset effect.
I actually was watching that. That was part of your competition
Design.
now, right?
Yeah.
I was watching you drop it. It was really wet, but it was cool how it blended. It was beautiful. A quick question though, because we're talking about rooms being hot and we're going into summer, and some of them were asking like, how do you get the product to slow down? Do you use more liquid, less?
Slow down,
Well,
or
like so you can manage it a little bit better in the summer when it's hot.
You have to use more liquid.
More
And
liquid.
you can't drain your brush. So, like, again, I mean, I think the temperature in here is probably like, it feels like 78, 80 degrees in
See,
here.
I'm cold all the time. It feels like maybe 72.
But you'll notice that if I take my brush with a lot of liquid and I pick this up and I go straight from the dish to the cuticle area, watch how fast I could get this to flow.
So you barely drained it.
Yeah, I barely touch it, right? I could get that flow to the tip.
I'm taking that orange.
You see that? Like, I could get that to flow from this point to this point in the least amount of effort by just getting the tip, right, to lean forward. Same situation, right? You notice that I'm keeping the finger vertical and it's not moving. I would literally be able to like take my brush now and kind of manipulate it into place. Now, same amount of liquid if I submerge my brush, and same amount, right? Get a big bead, watch this. If I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then set this down, I still have great workability around the edge, but that's the kind of pearl I want when I'm actually doing a smile line, because it's gonna stop right here with most of the bulk, you can see, and then it gives me time to kind of tuck back the smile line. So different methods, really different technique when it actually comes to how the product flows. You're always going to need a consistency where you're touching around the perimeter of the nail so that it creates the least amount of ledge. Having zero ledge is going to lead to you doing the least amount of filing, right? So I think a lot of people are like, so here's the thing, right? I want to talk to everybody, sorry. One of the things that I've realized when I am, or over the years of teaching, that a lot of students run into timing issues because they over-apply the product and then they spend way too much time filing the product.
Okay.
So you have to get to a point where you can apply the product where the cuticle area is tight by, again, touching around the edges. You're not trying to force, right, a perimeter. You have to allow the product to level tight around the nail by itself. And if it's nice and thin where you have barely a ledge, what that's going to lead to is the least amount of disruption when you're filing around the perimeter of the nail. Right. So lifting occurs because of improper preparation, poor application, too dry or too thick of an application around. And if it is too thick, what ends up happening is you end up spending too much time filing. Too much filing ends up disrupting the bond around the cuticle area. You have to remember acrylic takes about 24 hours for it to fully set. But so, look, I'm not saying like you need the full 24, but look, if it takes you 10 minutes.
Don't do anything for 24 hours.
Look, I know what I'm saying. If it takes.
Just.
Dude, you need to lock your hands in your pockets. But like what you should be able to do is lock down the perimeter of the nail again with the least amount of effort. And I cover it every day. I talk about it in my classes. If you guys watch what I do, it literally is about going. So I'll show you real fast.
Are you going to break out some confettis while you're?
Yeah.
I actually have a question for you. I
Yeah.
liked this question. So many people learn from Greg, but knowing that we all learn from each other, who are the artists that influenced Greg's techniques, or have influenced you in the industry? Like when you were first starting out, who? Because you didn't start out doing nails. You started out selling nail product and then
Yeah.
decided to get into nails.
Yeah, so I have a handful of mentors that influenced my work. So the first person that I was introduced to is a lady by the name of Cheryl McCauley.
Oh yeah.
So she's a 50-time champ. I haven't spoken to her in years, but I saw her at a trade show back in the day. The only way that you could actually see artists' work is if you physically went to a trade show or you opened up a magazine. So Cheryl did these crazy smile lines, and when I was at the show, I was like, oh, I want to learn how to do that. So at the time, she lived in Bakersfield. I had to drive up to
Just
Bakersfield.
happens to be in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, so drove up to Bakersfield pretty much from Orange County, 4.5-hour drive, and literally spent every week or every other week for 6 months learning how to sculpt that. Another influence in my life is Kathy Rochemont. So she owns a nail company in Canada called Nail Basics.
Nail Basics, yes.
And
still a distributor.
Yep, and they manufacture their own products as well, and she's the one who taught me how to electric file. She's the one who, when I first started doing nails, I was completely sold on the fact that like hand filing was the key. And if you use a drill, then you're gonna strike oil.
Hey, that'd be cool.
I mean, look, I was completely mistaken, and she was the one who.
But that was because when did you start nails?
I got my license in '98.
Okay, I started nails in '97. That's what we were taught.
Correct.
Do not use an electric file.
Yeah.
It does damage.
A drill.
Yeah,
I wasn't even taught.
It was drill.
At first,
a Dremel.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I had no idea. So she's the one who taught me the overhand grip. She taught me about ergonomics. She really influenced me to who I am as an educator. And I mean, now it's like, dude, it's like.
Could you imagine hand filing?
No, and I don't
Greg,
recommend.
you can only use a hand file.
Yeah, so all of you guys out there, you must. That is the most important tool in your arsenal. And then Tom Holcomb, God bless his soul.
Amazing talent.
He, to me, probably the greatest nail artist I've ever seen. He was a real influence on me as well. Worldwide at the time, there was a huge competition. He's won Dusseldorf many times. He's taken every trophy in Japan. Japan used to have major nail competitions at the time, and those three people really were kind of the influence. And then, honestly, what ended up happening is once I technically was able to work. I would say as soon as I started bringing educators on board, because Tracy is one of OG, so I think Tracy started with us when?
04.
Yeah, 04. So I've never seen anybody work as fast as Tracy. So I've learned a lot from Trace. I've learned a lot from Melissa,
Amazing mentors.
All of my educators and it's funny because that's how we started. I had educators. I recruited educators at the time to come on board, and at one point I think we had over 50 or 60 educators at one point.
I think so.
It was massive.
It was big.
It was crazy.
Well, we'd go to a trade show. We needed, towards the end, we were taking 20 mentors to one trade show.
Yeah. So it was, and there was workshop classes every year, and you learn a lot from your team. You learn a lot from your coworkers. You learn a lot from the skills that they've developed from, building successful salon businesses. Tracy has run not only a very successful salon business, a very profitable, right? So I think there's a lot of people that can run a successful business, but they're not really killing it.
I like the
making money. So Tracy knows how to make money running a salon.
Aw, he's being sweet this morning. I kind of feel bad at everything I thought about him this morning. Nah, I don't.
I mean, seriously.
I don't feel bad. Can you? So we do have to get Greg out of here by 9:30. But I want to see the confettis.
Let's go.
Work your magic.
Yeah. So again, the best part about this is there's a lot of product. One of the things you guys are gonna really love about this confetti is the sizes, right? So 12 colors, which is just absolutely smoking. So you can see all of the colors in yellow. We'll go from green to blue. We'll go from our pinks to the purples. Pinks to the purples and a red, and then
this champagne one though.
Oh no, it's so dope. Obsessed. I mean, it's crazy, right? So like all these colors, as you can see, are just going to give you guys the ability to do quite a bit of stuff. One of the things you'll recognize when you're working with this is size. So once you pour this out,
there's more than one, right?
Yeah, so there's 3 sizes in here. There's like a small, medium, and large, right? So that's the best part about it. Small, medium, and large confetti inside. It picks up very, very easy. You don't need a tool to work it. What I like to do is kind of work it into the acrylic or the gel. The gel is really easy because you could just lay the gel down and push it into the gel and cure it inside the light. With acrylic, you got to work with it while it's wet. Do you have another tip?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you'll notice that. Yeah. So if I'm going to take this, I really like the way this looks when it's in the free edge. So you can kind of fade this all the way up. I'm not going to prep the nail. I'm just going to kind of apply this around the edge so that everybody can see. Let me go ahead and grab the form.
So these are kind of like our Moody confettis, almost.
They're smaller.
Moody has just one size.
Moody has one size, a little bit bigger than this.
And that Moody is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, no,
to work with, so I was super stoked to see these.
It's cool when you actually take a combination of all these colors and kind of mix it in.
I call it the garbage pile.
You literally, you can take a combination of everything. You don't need a lot, but like if I just kind of sprinkle out just enough. Let me just put these to the side. The packaging is just, I'm so happy that it came looking like this. It's so crazy. You'll notice even with.
Do you need clear, or are you good?
No, just use it. Yeah, just use the blueberry. So, what I want to be able to do, I'll try to work it from the side so that you guys can see, but. Since I'm going to be working with this, right, I'll just lightly tap, and then if I set this to the tip, and then I'm going to quickly push this right up to the edge and just kind of keep it within form. And then what I can do is I can really just start taking some of the confetti and pushing it into the tip.
I think this is where people, like, when I first started working with confetti, I was like, oh, I have to place one here and one here, and like, trying to be super precise, and then everything was drying up on me.
Yeah, so you notice that what I'm actually able to do is while it's wet and it's still in a basically kind of a malleable form, what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to take it and press it in. Don't wait till it dries, because then you're not going to be able to embed it inside the free edge. You can see how tight I'm able to get that in, right? So I'm just pressing it into the surface of the nail. And then once you actually have this on, I can start working back. Like if I wanted to fade it into the body, you can see like I'm just starting to take smaller pieces, and I'm just kind of pressing it all the way into the surface. And then like there's so much you can do, but you can literally constantly work this all the way back if you wanted to, just by taking smaller pieces and just pressing this in. It looks hot. I mean, like, we just launched a video on YouTube, and I just did this. Like I literally just kind of
Oh,
pressed.
they were so pretty too. Like I think sometimes when something's, because this is fairly easy to do, I think, and I think sometimes as nail techs we feel bad when it's easy, but look at the look. Like the
Yeah.
look is insane.
So then
and they're like, oh, we're not going to charge because it was easy to do. No, we're going to charge.
Yeah, no, and that's the whole entire thing. You can see that once I actually have that on. Just gonna try to bring this up towards you guys, but trying to press this into the tip, you want to be able to mount it into the surface so that when you do your overlay over the top, it's going to look absolutely killer. So like if I did that, and then let's go ahead and take a little bit of, I love the way the strawberry, so you can take, say, the strawberry, and then what I'll do is I'll set the strawberry to the surface with kind of a wet bead, and then I'll just kind of pull that down over the surface. Boom, like that.
While you're doing that, Ramonski, question. People are asking, are the confettis going to be in the accessories
They're going to be in its own
category? Like-
sale category.
Okay, so the new stuff, boho, confettis, all that will be in its own little category.
Yep.
Okay, cool,
When they
cool.
launch.
So I take a thin amount, I just brush it over the surface, and then if I want to kind of reinforce that free edge with a little bit more blue, then I can literally kind of brush that back over the top. You see that? And then what that's going to do is I really like the way the blueberry and the strawberry look kind of together, because when they're kind of combined, it kind of creates this purple hue in the center, a really light purple hue, kind of like an icy. I had this argument with we were talking about.
You had an argument about
no,
an
it wasn't.
icy?
Well, no, someone was saying that slushies are as good as ices. I'm all, bro.
What?
Dude, let me get this straight, okay? Dude, there's no such thing. Dude, no, ever, never. Ices are the best slushies ever. A Slurpee is 7-Eleven's copycat version.
That's just still delicious.
Huh?
They're still delicious.
They are, but it's not an icy.
You have a good point. Yeah,
Dude, it's not
I'm
an
with
icy,
you. I'm
dude.
with you on it.
Okay, so I don't know how we got there, but those colors remind me of an icy.
Jaeger and ices. Let's do it.
So like at this point right here, it's not thick enough. So what I would do is I would cap it with clear, right? So that's...
And everybody's asking about pricing, guys. We have been given strict orders this morning from the CEO himself, Habib Saleh,
I'm the CEO, dude.
to not discuss pricing yet. I'm sorry. But you know what? I will tell you this. I'll tell you what the actual salon pricing on this, it's not going to be the sell pricing. But typically the 12-pack, Ramon's telling me no. Look at, I'm getting in trouble all the way around, but I'm going to go for it. Is going to be $29.95, typical salon pricing. And it's going to be on sale from that. So, I mean, even $29.95, I think, for all 12 is pretty darn good. But, yep, sorry. Maybe when Habib comes in this week, when it gets closer, he'll let us talk about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I just like, one of the things, I haven't capped it, but I just want to show you guys what's cool is without doing anything over the surface. If I was just going to take a little bit of oil and just kind of run it like over the surface, you can see the reflection of the confetti kind of all over the place.
That's so pretty.
Right, and that's the craziest thing is I'm just putting a little bit under it. This is not fully dry. I would have to cap it. I just want to be able to show you.
Well, just pretend. So I have a story.
No, for sure. So like you can look at that right there, right? Like that is. I love the way that's kind of like a bubble effect going through the nail. It's dope.
Melissa and I have a story about Greg. We have several stories about Greg and teaching with him. But we were at an event. Actually, it was Melissa's event when she was a distributor. And she was doing gel, pink and white gel on stage. And Greg wanted back on there, so he told her to just pretend that she had cured it. Just pretend. So that's our favorite thing to tell him when he's taking a shortcut. Just pretend.
Hey, look, I'm trying to make a point. There's sometimes a reason why I say that. But that's okay.
Sabotage is what it is. He's sabotaging. Yes, guys. Yes, it came from, everybody's like, oh, well, if it was Habib said it, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Habib wanted to say the prices. I think so. I think that's true.
These are gonna be amazing. And then, you know, when you're working with the foil transfer.
You got it?
Yeah, so let me just I'll just buff this off right here. Let me just wait till this dries, and then I'll file this into shape. Just to show you guys on the surface of this, but
Is it gonna be too oily, or
no,
you think
I'm
it'll be okay?
gonna clean it. I'll clean it off.
Sweet.
I just buffed. I just wanted to get that oil onto the surface so they could see how.
Did you guys check out Habib's cell thing? Everybody's like, Habib will megaphone it. Did you check out his cell video? I don't. He's
got a lot of energy.
It's a lot of energy, and he goes for it. Like, I don't know. I'd be afraid if someone walked in on him, one of the employees, like just losing it. Because he's upstairs, and the employees are all downstairs. If someone heard him yelling, walked up there, they'd probably quit immediately. Just let them quit. Is it dry?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Just trying to,
it's quick.
I mean, you know me. I gotta.
Perfection.
I mean, it's all about perfection.
It's all about good enough. Send it.
Send it.
Just pretend you filed it.
But
That's good.
One of the things, we have swipe here.
Yep.
Like, you'll notice that, like, I love the way, you guys are going to love the way that these fade. I didn't do an overlay. I just wanted to basically show you as thin as I built it out. The structure is still great, but, like, take a look at how well, right? Yeah, you can see how well. Do we have a view? Oh, here we go. So that's the whole thing. You can see how well the strawberry and the blueberry fade onto the surface. It's absolutely amazing.
I purchased a bunch of glitter from YN Recruit. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
And some of them were half full. Are these new glitters full? We can show you how full they are.
I mean, they're stacked all the way to the...
But our glitters and confettis and all that are done by weight.
Yeah, some are weight.
So they're typically pretty full.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Recruit is. So, I don't know if they would quit, but maybe they would put together an intervention. Yeah, that's needed. I don't know. Should we? I don't want to change him. He's in his own little world.
Recruit recently.
Oh, recently. Oh, yeah. It's all done by weight, so it's actually measured on the
some
the
glitters
scale.
are heavier. Some glitters are heavier than others, which is going to require. So I just want to show you guys. Like, I'll just go ahead and tear a piece off this. What I love doing with this is kind of for me, it's all about doing kind of like, if you're doing a smile line, one of the things that you can do is you can take your foil transfer, and then what I'll do is just kind of, like, if I just wanted to kind of paint that edge right there, right from this bottom corner all the way up to the top, I'll go ahead and paint that edge out with the foil transfer base. And then what I'm going to do is I'll set my timer. Typically, I want close to a minute. I think that's really the magic number. If it's colder, you're going to have to go longer.
Yeah, and when it was cold here, I was doing like 2 minutes.
Yeah, you would have to wait. But
I would play with it the first nail.
Yeah, but one of the things I notice is when it's warm like it is in here, then, like, literally, I'd say between 45 seconds and a minute, you're ready to go. What I like to do with the transfer is I like to work it from one side to the other so that I'm able to work it off. So here at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this on, and then I'm just going to start working it, like, with a lot of pressure from side to side, really kind of pushing it down, and then you're gonna notice, like you see how that.
So pretty.
So that is, and that the thing is if there's parts of it where you notice like it didn't come off, then you could always just kind of go back and then just retouch the area. But you notice how I kind of just shaped out right that corner. That was close to a minute. I would always wait a minute, right? I like that look. And if you decided that you wanted to kind of fill in other spots, you could do that. Like, I could take a little bit more, and I find that this is pretty cool too. Like, you can take the product, and if I, like, let's say I just kind of painted in a perfect square.
Perfect.
Right? So what I did is geometrically, what I did with the brush is I just kind of painted in a line with real concentric sides. And again, I want to wait. I'm not going to do it immediately. It looks like it's actually setting, but what you really want to do is you want to set it down for almost a full minute. That's really, really important. It takes a little bit of time to be able to really do these sets, but I feel that if you can do it, and if you wanted to kind of clean up around the edges, you could use a gel brush and some acetone to be able to do that as well. So I'm running about 30 seconds, again, being super patient, and I'd say once I get closer to the end time, now what I can do is I can kind of set this down right over that edge, and then you're going to you see how it just perfectly
That's awesome.
pulls away into that pattern.
See, I'm liking that. I know the full nail. Actually, I'm seeing everybody kind of go away from full nail.
Yeah,
I'm loving the.
The problem with full nails, on short nails, it's really easy to do because you can do it without wrinkling. When you're dealing with a really, really long nail and you're going through it's hard to get the edges absolutely perfect. I like doing partial patterns like this because it doesn't matter. You'll even notice with a little bit of monomer, if I wanted to kind of just clean up the edges, right? Like acetone works the best, but like if I want to come in and just kind of really kind of touch up, make those sharp. You see, look at that? See how the edges are like really hot,
That's
really,
beautiful.
really sharp. Geometrically, it's dope. I got this from Monica from the UK. If you guys follow her, dude, her nails are frigging.
And talk about long nails. She loves.
She is one of the most talented nail artists I have seen in a long time.
We post her a lot.
Yeah,
She's amazing
she
and
is
super, super sweet.
Another student of mine who has literally taken it to a whole nother level.
Ramonski's saying I have
Crazy.
a question, and I have my glasses on, Ramon, and I'm totally missing it. What is it?
The question is, do you need to wipe off the foil base if there's extra? Like if it doesn't attach to the foil, do you remove it?
Oh, okay. So if you have extra foil base on the nail after you remove the nail, do you need to wipe that off, G? Get rid of the excess, or it's fine?
No. You're gonna, if there's around the edges, just leave it. So you're going to notice if I seal this with the top coat, what I want to do is I want to get around those edges, but you can kind of see how cool that is. I really like the fact that the glitter is kind of hiding behind the design. See that? I mean, it looks
It's beautiful.
looks cool. That. And then again, so you can kind of chase out the edges, and you could do all kinds of cool stuff. But I really do find that if you're, if you kind of draw something out where you want to kind of lay it out, you can see how you're going to be able to get that pattern looking. There's so many options, which I love about this. This is very cartoonish for me. This boho pattern is unreal. But smile lines, dude, is sick. You can paint in the smile line and then do it. It's very easy to get it off, and you can clean it up with acetone. So doing full sets with foil transfer for smile lines are just amazing.
Yeah.
Very easy to do. It comes off perfect. You guys are going to absolutely love it.
Awesome. Well, I know we have to get going. And yes, Tank, we love all of our nail peeps, nail enthusiasts, everybody. We really do appreciate all of you. And we appreciate you tolerating putting up with Greg today and me. I still don't like change. I don't like sitting here. I need to be in my
Hey,
seat.
dude, you're going. We're going on Twitch. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You're going on Twitch.
Dude,
I'm
you're a
it
professional.
looks like you're going by yourself.
Literal words. And he was dead serious. He's all, guess you're going by yourself. I said, no problem. So I came in here, set my hiney down.
I was just,
He was just in a mood.
I was just, yeah.
He was in a mood.
I was
But
tired.
thank you guys so much. We will have Habib back this week. He'll probably tell you the prices. Maybe you can get it out of him.
I'll be on live this afternoon.
And you'll
I'll
be
see you
live
guys-
this afternoon?
Yeah.
On
after lunch.
Facebook and
Instagram.
awesome. Sweet. Thank you guys.
Thank you.